Hey everybody, welcome to Lady Overlander later. Oh Lord, let's try it again. Welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. We have Gia with Hopefully Ever After with technical difficulties tonight. Stay tuned.
Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies' Night on Lady Overlander Radio. The Lady Overlander Radio podcast is sponsored by Frontrunner Outfitters, Midland Radio, Go Treads, Sport Keg, CB Adventure Supply, Adventure Trail Outfitters, Overland Spices, and the More Expo.
And we're back. We're back. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's going to be a ridiculous evening because that's how I roll. I am less my partner, Misty. She is on a little staycation, we'll say that.
Okay.
Doing her thing. So it's just me and my other girl, Gia, from Hopefully Ever After.
Hello, Arla. It is
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff.
Happy holidays, all those things. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was fantastic. I did not want it to be over, but I was glad that it meant Christmas break was right around the corner. So it was so good. How about y'all? You guys had company in, right?
We did have family in from out of town that I don't get to see very often. My family from Indiana, and they came in Tuesday and left Sunday. And of course, I was sad because my other person, left and went back to Indiana. But that's just how it is.
Yes.
But it was hectic and busy, and you can still see the bags in my eyes. I'm super tired and whiny like usual. And ridiculous. Hey, Gloria girl.
Hey. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. It's so fun.
It's so fun. So.
It was I loved Thanksgiving, though. The weather was perfect. It was absolutely, it had a little bit of everything. It had the, rain at the beginning so you could be all cozy at home. And then Thanksgiving Day was stunning. And the day before Thanksgiving.
It was nice.
So it was it had a little bit of everything, sunny and rainy, and it was wonderful. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great. So tell me, what did you and your lovely husband
Joey
do for the Thanksgiving week?
Well, okay, what did we not do? That is the question. That Friday I actually came down with the bug. I had to take a on before Thanksgiving though. So I had to take a sick day on Thursday from school. Then I went back on Friday, the day before Thanksgiving break started, even though I felt like death because I was like, that is too cruel to do to some substitute. This is the day before a week off.
Peace out. Good luck to you.
Oh, exactly. Love ya. You guys good. Yeah, I'm sure that would earn me a spot in, hell somewhere. Anyway, so I was not feeling well. So that night we had Thanksgiving with Joey's family that Friday night. And I fell asleep at the table, fell asleep at the table. Cause I just was sitting there thinking nobody, my eyes just were getting heavy. And I was like, I'm just going to shut them for a second, just for a second. And the next thing I know, everybody's like, are you okay?
Oh.
So, yeah, that was a shining moment. So anyway, I go home that night, sleep for 13 hours.
Oh, wow.
I know. I needed it. And then woke up feeling so much better. Still had a cough, chest congestion, that kind of stuff, but felt so much better. But Joey and I had planned on leaving that morning at 4:00 in the morning to go Eagle Rock Loop. It's about a 30-mile backpacking loop, the largest backpacking loop in Arkansas. And we're going to hike that. But in order to get the trailhead nice and early, we were going to have to leave the house at 4. Well, yeah, sleeping for 13 hours means that you do not leave at 4:00 in the morning. So after I woke up, we kind of reevaluated. We realized, with the bad weather the rainy weather and stuff coming in, like we thought maybe not. So we ended up, that Saturday was gorgeous. So we went in to Mount Nebo State Park, and we did the bench trail. And the bench trail is like 4 miles, but it's got hike in camping spots. So we hiked in with our packs, and we'd gotten some new gear and everything we wanted to try out. So it was just the perfect opportunity to hike in with our packs, set up camp, try everything out. And we somehow lucked into a cabin then the next 2 nights. So we camped the first night, stayed at a cabin on Mount Nebo right off the rim trail, hiked the rim trail. It was gorgeous. And then we had like the perfect spot to just watch the weather roll in. So
Nice.
we're in a cabin with a fireplace, going, and
Rough.
it was fantastic. And so that was Sunday night and Monday night. And then we woke up really early on Tuesday, and we went to Devil's Den State Park, and we hiked the Butterfield Trail.
That's by me.
Yeah. So we were so bummed that we weren't able to get with you guys.
That's okay.
Yeah, it had.
That's okay.
Life is busy. But we were planning on backpacking. And so we had our packs. I was carrying about 20 something pounds, like a little over 20 pounds. Joy was carrying like 26, 28 pounds. And it's about 15.6 miles. And so we were planning on hiking and then camping for one night and then hiking out the next day. Well, it started raining that night, and it was drizzly and gross, and we hadn't expected rain again. And we looked at each other and we were like, let's finish this. So we just plowed through and then got back to the car. We were starving, we were freezing, and Pavilion Buffet down the street from y'all, that was our stop. We got in the car and I was like, I am so hungry and I want Chinese buffet. So
let's go.
I know. So then after that, we met up with my family, stayed there for a few days, came back to Central Arkansas. I had like Thanksgiving, like they call it Thanksmas with Joey's extended family, where they celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas all together. So we did that and then had a couple days at home, and it was fantastic. I was feeling so much better, but we got a lot of miles in, just didn't get them the way that we expected.
I know. Here is said spouse right now. Joey says it was amazing. She did amazing. Of course, he's going to gloat over you. Of course.
He's a good man.
How many miles did y'all end up doing total?
So, I added it up. Like it was like 4, and it was almost 30 miles for the week.
Oh, wow.
Because it was 16 miles, like at the Butterfield Trail, and then the other hikes, everything combined, it was about 30 miles for the week.
You're a beast.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes.
You were sick and still hiked 30 miles. You did about 29 and a half more than I would do. Hiking is not my thing. I know it should be because it's really good for you and all that stuff, but no. I got a perfectly good Jeep that I could, I could see lots of stuff that way.
Well, it's like you have a knee thing that I don't have. So
I know.
Yeah.
It sucks to get old.
Yeah. Ugh.
It just sucks to get old. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, it sounds like y'all had a great week.
We did.
She had a few days at home still. Did PJ go with you guys? That's their dog.
So PJ, we dropped her off at my mom's house, and then PJ stayed with Mama until we went and picked her back up. So she was there at my mom's for a couple of days, and my mom was like, PJ loves sitting in my lap. PJ loves treats. So by the time we got to PJ was a spoiled pup. Like, she's already spoiled.
Yeah, she's already spoiled.
Yes.
Yeah.
But little adventure pup was very I think she was the one that had the hardest time at transitioning back to regular life, because on Monday when school started back up and she saw us putting our school clothes on, and she was like, "What?
I only just found you."
I know. I thought that we just all stayed home now together forever.
I know. PJ loves her mama.
Yeah. Oh, her dad. It's all about her dad.
We know it's about daddy. We know that she does love you. And you did get her a really cute new pink jacket, which is super cute.
It is precious.
She has several coats. Mm-hmm. She wants for nothing.
You're right about that.
Our little PJ, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
So I know that. So I met you probably, I don't know, a year ago, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Probably a year ago, and we've been thick as thieves ever since.
Yes.
So I know just with talking with you that you have been a big fan of the outdoors for a long time before you and Joey got together, married,
Yeah.
started your lives.
Yes. It was not some hoax.
No, this wasn't something new for you.
Exactly. I didn't.
Maybe the overlanding. Yes, and we'll get into that. But
Overlanding, definitely.
yes. But for you, you've been a hiker for many years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was like growing up. That was actually, we used to go, my dad was in the military, so we lived all over the place. And that was just kind of a thing. Like we would, hike, and they have these, they're called folks marches. Like
Mm-hmm.
and when we were in Germany, we used to do them a ton, but they're just like paths that like routes and hikes that people walk. And some of them are more rugged, through different terrains. Some of them have like paths through town and everything. But my dad got us these little wooden canes, and for every Volksmarch that we would do, Volksmarch, you would get this little metal patch, and he would hammer it to the cane. So it was just so much fun as a kid to collect like these patches.
We have that. We have walking sticks, and when we go to some of these state parks, they have those in the visitors center, and you can go in and get those and put them on. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like a little coin almost, but it's really thin, and you just got little nails on it. You just tap it.
Exactly. So it just
super cool.
That was just like a thing that we did in our family growing up. Like that was always, that's how we explored areas, was on foot. I remember seriously, like being a kid and complaining to my mom, like, I'm so thirsty. And my mom being like, swallow your spit. Like there was not, like the idea of not doing it or stopping. Like that was not what we did. So, but and then when we lived in Nashville, like after we moved back to the States, there's a spot called Radnor Lake that has a trail around the lake. And so that was something our family did together all the time, was just go walk Radnor Lake. So just grew up doing that. And then it's just I always have a pair of hiking boots. I always have a pair of hiking boots that I can slip into and get away. So yeah.
I don't know who he's talking to.
I don't know either.
Who's talking to? Are you watching two different podcasts at the same time? That's cheating. Even if it's in different zip codes and everything. Good Lord. So favorite outdoor pastime. I mean, I know you guys do a lot of kayaking and backpacking and hiking and all the things outdoors, basically.
Yes, we do. We love it. Okay. Like paddleboard, if it's in or on the water, I'm going to adore it. I'm a huge, that's the other thing that we did in our family. Like I grew up on swim team, swam all year long, was on the high school swim team, could have swum in college, but was like, no, I'm tired of having chlorine for breakfast. I'm out. But, so huge swimmers. So anything in or on the water. So whether it's kayaking or paddleboarding, and I adore snorkeling. I love any chance I get to get under the water, see the fish, even just I've snorkeled in the Buffalo, just paddling around, just bobbing around, even freshwater streams and rivers or lakes. It doesn't even have to be somewhere exotic. I just love getting in the water. Okay.
She's a fish constantly in the water, no matter the temperature. So if you love snorkeling, do you have a planned vacation that may be coming up that would encompass snorkeling?
Well, actually, okay, so Joey he's not the biggest snorkeler.
Same.
That has the mask and snorkel combined, for it, because he struggles with vertigo and some stuff like that. So I think this one might work for him and be a little bit better. But we're the biggest trip that we have coming up, is not necessarily when I can do snorkeling, but we are going to be going back to Big Bend in Texas for Christmas. So excited about that. But next summer, we're going to be doing the Northeast. We have never been to Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, those. So we're going to be doing that. And I doubt that I'll be doing snorkeling, that I may, but we definitely on the water. We're taking our paddle boards. We're going to be, doing whatever, any chance we can get on the water. So yeah.
And eat some fresh lobster.
Exactly. And that's the other probably favorite thing I like to do outside is eat. Like any any food. Food is my love language.
For real. And
Yeah.
Joey's. People are meant to be above water. Underwater people drown. I'll stay on top of the water. I agree, Joey. I agree. I'm not a strong swimmer. I literally can barely doggy paddle. Not even lying.
It's okay.
It's ridiculous.
Oh.
Aw. Gen Xers. They're so sweet.
They are so sweet.
They're so sweet. I'm going to break in right here.
Yeah.
So, as a lot of you know, we have been talking about with fellow podcasters, Budget Overland, the Professor Bats and Friends, Overland Podcast, those guys. We are doing a listeners camp out on December the 8th, which is a week from this Friday. Mm-hmm. And the only way you will know where to go to hang out with us cool people is the coordinates. You got to listen to the show. We're not posting it up for you to just sit there and write down where we're going real quick and go. We're telling you. So I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to try to remember to do it twice. Okay. I'm going to give the coordinates right now. So those that are on right now, here is the camp coordinates for the camp out on the 8th.
Oh, you guys, it's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be fun. We got a whole rick of wood.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, I promise. Yeah. So here's the coordinates. Ready?
Yes.
35.97003
no way.
By negative 92.88140. I want somebody to yell bingo.
I know.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I just figured it out. I'm kidding.
Joey, let's go. Well, I hope you're there.
I keep getting like, I'm like, Joey, what if we like at the camp out? What if we do like one night, like we do potluck, or like since it's a camp out, maybe we should play Dirty Santa. And he's like, maybe you should settle down. No, he's so excited too. So we're looking forward to it. It is always a blast to hang out with all the it's always a blast just to be outside, especially this time of year, like when it's all cold and everybody's just brings all their propane fire pits and all their things and
all the things heat. Bring a diesel heater. In Arkansas, you can have 4 seasons in one day. Please bring a diesel heater just in case.
Yes.
And plenty of blankets.
Yeah.
Like we said, we do have a rick of firewood. There will be people with propane fire pits, I'm sure. I love the potluck idea that you're talking about. The hard part of that is you don't know who is coming.
I know.
For sure. So that's the only thing. Joey says bingo. Tony says Yahtzee. Joey says simmer down now. He's gassed up tonight. And fuel. Yes, Jesse. Bring some fuel.
Yeah.
Bring some fuel for your diesel heater.
Yes.
It doesn't even have to be diesel. It can be kerosene. For those of you that burn kerosene, I.A. me. Looky here. Amanda says that she's going to work her way here from North Carolina. At least that's the plan. I have the coordinates marked already. Yes, Queen.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Let's go.
Yes. And y'all,
I love it.
The spot's gorgeous. It is such a beautiful.
It is a very pretty spot. I've been there a couple times. I know that Tony and Joey have been there a bunch more times. I believe Benji is also camped there with them and other times as well. It's a big space, so it accommodates several people. And it's just a really pretty area. And there are pit toilets there, and that's kind of a fun little thing to have too. So you might not have to put your potty up or whatever. And they keep them really decent, so that's even better as far as that goes. So Tony says we're bringing our diesel heater, propane, fire pit, and wood. Correct. Joey says Tony can make crab legs. Bro.
Oh, what a good idea. That's what, okay. I was thinking
Tony can, but we're going to have to take out a mortgage.
Well, okay, but
I like your style.
We could totally do like a shrimp boil though one night or something.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Amanda may win longest distance. Yeah. Yeah, let's get that going. Jessie knows right where it is. Of course she does. Of course she does. Feral Chicks Outdoor. Let's see. He's making a face. He's being silly. But then Tony breaks in here and says, I got to go back up in my comments because I get off track. He wants to know what your favorite camp meal is because we know that you or your spouse don't really cook, right?
No, I know. You can wear my Go Explore sweatshirt because
yes, we'll talk about that.
Yes, I'm being all cozy tonight, but Joey just happens because he hates cooking so much. Yeah, exactly. He helps cook for the Go Explore trips when they have them. He is the camp. He and Danielle Noonan go and scope out the area, set up the camps, get all the food ready. And so, gosh, my favorite camp meal, that is, okay, I adore a good camp taco. Like that steak, whatever meat you have at home. Like last year, we just happened to have some steak left over from, I'd gotten a big old tomahawk steak for fun for Christmas. Yeah. And so, of course, Joey and I couldn't eat it all in one night. So we took it with us. So we're at Big Bend and he's got, poblanos and onions that are sauteing and he just throws the steak in.
And his guacamole.
Yes. And oh my gosh, the man has a gift. I mean, seriously, one of his spiritual gifts is guacamole.
I won't tell him you said that.
I know. It's so good. So, I mean, I just love, and then you heat that, you've got the meat all sauteing with the, veggies on the scuttle. And then you're able to just heat your tortilla up on the scuttle. And I mean, it's just heaven. I just love a good camp taco, and you can taco anything, whether it's a breakfast taco or a
absolutely
supper taco. I just love
eggs with it, some cheese.
Oh yeah.
All the things. Joey said it was the biggest tomahawk steak ever and the thing weighed 6 pounds.
Well, it was one of those situations where I was like, oh my gosh, look at this thing. And I want to buy, and they have them at Sam's, but the ones at Sam's are like humongous and ridiculously expensive. So Walmart, and it wasn't quite as big and it wasn't as expensive. And I was like, let's do this. So I was like, you're good at steak, right? And he's like, oh, I can make a steak. And then I show up with that thing looking like Fred Flintstone.
He's like, what the heck?
I know. He was like, oh no. And I was like, I believe in you. I believe in you.
You can do it.
Exactly. That's what it was. That's
awesome.
Yeah, I love a good camp taco. And the other thing that I just cannot usually get enough of, especially when it's nice and like, when you're needing some cozy food, camps, I love soup. We do a lot of like ramen, and we found this spot in Michigan, like a company in Michigan that makes soups, like dehydrated soups, but they'll make them in small packages for 2 people, which for me and Joey is just like perfect. So we'll at least one evening when we're camping, if we're camping more than just one night, we'll usually have soup for one of our meals, and we just love it. It's a great.
And some bread and slap some butter on it. It's good to go.
Oh my gosh, yes, and that's the thing too. Right. Bread toasted over the fire with butter, that makes anything heavenly. So I love some bread toasted over the fire too.
So I have been jumping into all these here and there after that soup that I found, last spring, summer, or whatever that came out that I can't find it. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, it was so like the seafood.
It's like a seafood chowder, and it was enough for like 2 people or a great big bowl for one person. But you could do 2 just regular helpings and throw some bread with it and stuff. It's so good. And I know the boys ate it several times when they went out on their little camping things and stuff. And it was really,
it
was good.
Yeah.
I think we still have like maybe 1 or 2 left.
Yeah.
We're trying to savor them up, I think,
We used our last one. We had 1 stuck in the freezer, and we used our last one just a couple weeks ago. I mean, it was a sad day in the Slayton house when that happened, because we were like, there's no more. All these isn't right now.
Oh, yeah.
But we do also, another thing is like, Jody and I are big into, like, I love snacks. I love snacky foods. And so we'll usually always have like summer sausage cut up and just things. And so one of the things that we love that we found at the cheese store is called bread cheese. And it's like cheese that's been toasted on the outside. Like it's like a flat slab of cheese. And really what it's supposed to do is just, you're supposed to put a little bit of oil in your skillet and just toast the cheese, like get the cheese warm, and then you cut it up into little squares, and it just makes these little delightful bits of like fried cheese.
Why do
And
I not know about this?
oh my gosh, Arla, I'll bring some next
Cheese
time.
is my love language.
I
Just
know.
about.
Okay. It is so fun camping. Just this great little appetizer, just like fried cheese on the scuttle. It is so much fun. And it's nice, warm, and cozy. Cheese is love. Cheese is love.
Cheese and chocolate, baby. Let's go.
I know. Yes.
Go back up to this comment from Joey. Tony had the prettiest camp pot ever.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, we did a little boil, and he took a pot from my kitchen, which happened to be a Pioneer Woman pot. One of the big ones that, like the pretty blue and has the flowers on it and stuff, because I love Pioneer Woman in my kitchen. And he caught so much crap over that pot. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Oh, no. Okay. But Arla, like when we went to Rendezvous and we were going to have the tiger moth set up so that people could see on the inside, you and I both were like at Dollar. I was like, I got to get a blanket. I got to get a blanket.
Yes.
I need to make this look cute.
Cozy.
Yeah. Joey was like, what are you doing? And I was like, do not question my methods. Like
making it homey. Hello.
Inviting. Yeah. And it did. It did.
Inviting.
It did. I stole some throw pillows off the couch, threw that blanket up, and it looked so wonderfully fall and inviting. So, and
the weather was kind of meh.
Yeah. So it was
still fun. Still a good time. So I was going to ask this, but Joey's doing this too. So I know you've been to many countries.
I have.
You're quite the traveler. He is as well.
Yeah. He's been to more continents than I have been to. He's been to Africa. I haven't been to Africa. But that's one of our goals, is to try to set our foot on every continent, like as a married couple. So,
favorite country that you've been to?
Oh, that is hard. Okay. That's really hard. Place that I will always go back to is Italy. I adore Italy. Germany. Germany is one that, like, I was born in Germany. My dad, we spent a summer in Oberammergau when my dad was doing some stuff in for the military. So when I was in elementary school and we were living in Belgium. So Germany will always have a special spot in my heart because I love the mountains. I love just the cities. I love it all. And then I love the food in Germany. And then Italy, Italy is the kind of place that you just want to kiss the ground when you're there, because they're like, who could have walked here? Like who could have been here? And so, and it's got mountains, it's got lakes, it's got the Mediterranean Sea. So whatever is your bag, Italy's got it too. And the food, I mean, I just can't, that is one place where I don't think I get tired of the food. And especially in Italy, I was just fine. So yeah, I love Italy. It's amazing. I can't wait to go there with Joey. So.
Oh, how romantic.
I know. Yeah.
How romantic. I'm going to break in and do something here right fastly. I need to recognize our Lady Overlander of the Week.
Oh my gosh. Yay!
Lady Overlander of the Week. Let's see who we picked this week. Let's just see. Drum roll, please. We ended up with Jamie Handel of Lady Owned Toy Odas.
Woo!
Jamie, she lives up in the Northwest, and she started Lady Owned Toy Odas, and there are tens of thousands of members in that group.
Yes. Amy Marlar is a proud member.
Yes, Amy Marlar is an Arkansas ambassador. Aaron's an Arkansas ambassador. I think Ashley is a Oklahoma ambassador. Katie's a Kansas ambassador. I mean, a lot of our girls are ambassadors, but I don't want to misquote here, but she started that group to bring, also to bring ladies together, kind of like what we do with this podcast, trying to get women more involved and whatnot. And it's a really great group. They like to give back to charities and and all those things. And she's a mom of 3.
Oh my word. Wow.
And she hustles. She's a hustler. So anyway, congratulations to our Lady Overlander of the Week, Jamie Handel. She was nominated by Amy Marlar, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yay!
Awesome. Yay. That's fantastic. I didn't realize, like, it is so neat when you see something, when you see a movement like Lady on Toyotas, to be able to point to the person and be like, that's who started it all. That's exciting to know that, you know, when you get to know the people behind the projects. I love that.
I know. Did you get to meet her at Moore? She came down, went to Moore?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't have a chance to meet her. Well, actually, that's not true. I might have unknowingly met her, like been in the same area that she was, like if she was at any of y'all's like roundtables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't realize.
Yeah. So. She's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
into that kind of thing.
Like, the overland community is not too shabby. That's the
I know.
Pretty cool's the theme. Yeah.
I know. We dig the chicks, man. We dig the chicks.
Yes.
So I know that we touched on how you have, you know, been a big fan of the outdoors and obviously been doing it for a long time and back when you were a kid and whatnot. But you are, in fact, pretty new to the overlanding side.
I am very new. Yes.
You can't tell that at all, to be honest.
Well, good.
You know, I mean, I know you love it because it's outdoors and whatnot. And I know you guys have that the tiger moth that some things are coming up with that. I think this is going to be its last hurrah out with you guys. I believe what I heard today on another podcast.
Yes, we're gonna be switching it over to try out and do some experiment and exploring with the woolly bear. So that's their it's their smaller, you know, they've got like the different, they've got the woolly bear, they've got the tiger moth, they've got the cricket, which is larger than the tiger moth. So the woolly bear is their smaller trailer, and instead of having an interior sleeping and sitting area, most of it's like it has a tent, like a rooftop tent on top of the trailer, and then and then the majority of the trailer is just like outdoor kitchen and storage. So so we're gonna be trying the woolly bear out. We're excited because I think it's one that we're planning on pulling behind the Subaru, and so I think it'll be a lot easier for the Subaru to pull it. So I think it's about 800 pounds less than the tiger moth, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So it'll be something that the Subaru should be able to handle without any problems. And we realized that, you know, Joey has his trailer that, it's our trailer, I should say, but like that's the joys of marriage, like puts his ours, right?
That's right.
And what's mine is mine. No,
that's right.
I'm kidding. Anyway, so he has a trailer already that is pretty heavy. It has an outdoor kitchen. It was made by the shop kids at the school district, like the high school for the school district that we both work at. And so it has a rooftop tent and all that on it. And we realized that we didn't need to have a big trailer that the FJ could pull because we already had that. We wanted something that the Subaru could pull that had the kitchen, that had a place where we could sleep. Because right now we were like, we'd rather focus on having that trailer rather than trying to rig out this Subaru with everything. Because we wanted to be able to, if we want to go overlanding with a Subaru, let's hook the trailer up, or if we don't and we just want to be able to run up, you know, drive across, you know, drive to Michigan where my mom has a second home and be able to stay at the house and without having to pull a trailer, we wanted that as well. So anyway, I think that's what we're kind of landing on for right now as we get started rigging out the Subaru.
I know we're bouncing around a lot here because that's it. But that's one thing I had is your new rig. Tell us about that and how you guys want to build it out. So you're kind of touching on that at the same time. Tell us what you just purchased like a month or two ago. What you enjoyed purchasing.
It was just a recent purchase. So both of us have older cars. And we realized, you know, he has his FJ and then his service car, like, you know, his cop car. And we realized, and then I have a Honda, and my Honda had over 200,000 miles on it. Like, it has like 230,000. His FJ has 230,000 miles on it. And we were like, we probably need to get a new car. Like, it's something that doesn't have quite as many miles on it, so that way we don't have to work. Because it was getting to the point where when we were taking either of them out for longer trips, we were like, you know, okay,
maintenance.
Here we go. Exactly. There was always an engine light coming on one of them during a trip. So it was just making us nervous. And so it had always been, you know, the Subaru had been on our list, and we've been saving our money. So we went and we were able to pick up a white, the Overland edition, like the white wilderness edition of the Subaru Forester. And so, and that has just been so much thinking about and talking about what we want to do and what our kind of goals are as a couple. Like, what's the goal of having the car? And we did want something that could go, you know, long distance and on our travels, and we didn't have to worry about maintenance, and, you know, we could, and we still have my Honda because it's a great little get around town car.
Grocery getter.
Yeah. But I mean, Joey had a lot of fun picking up the stuff that he wanted on it, you know, with the sunroof and the, you know, the little bat light that, like, there are these lights that shine on the ground when you open
the door.
It's so cool.
So bougie.
Yes. So after we got it, we were just thinking about, okay, what are the things that have to be in it to really make it as flexible for us as we want? And so I think what we kind of came up with was we want a fridge for the back with a slide because
yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so we don't want as much stuff in it as the FJ has. I mean, the FJ has a full outdoor kitchen, all the drawers, you know, it has a rear seat delete, it has the rooftop tent. And we were like, we don't necessarily need to make it a little mini FJ, but a fridge, I was like, that will make it as flexible. Like, that'll be something that if we have a fridge, that means that we can take it and do like long trips with it and be able to go, you know, eat in the wilderness with it and all that. And then I think there's an outdoor kitchen, like a little portable one that Joey has that we'll be using with that. And then of course our jet boil is, you know, we'll have our jet boil. And then I think the other thing is that we've been thinking about is just like, are we going to do rooftop tent on it, or are we going to do a ground tent that we just throw in the back? You know, there are so many benefits to each, like the flexibility of, you know, the, just being able to throw a tent in the back of the car. But I love a rooftop tent. I love the convenience. I love that you just pop it up. I love that you can store your pillows and your blankets in it, and you don't have to take up all the space in your car. I love that if you can park your car, that means that you can camp. If you can get your car there, you don't have to then scope out another area for
That's right.
it. So, you know, it's fun thinking about. We haven't yet fully landed on exactly what we're going to be doing with it, but it's just fun thinking about it. So
absolutely. Tell us about the first time that you
overland
top tent.
Oh, the first time. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I was like, oh, the first time we overlanded, that was like our first date. Okay. So no, the first time in the rooftop tent was last year. We went down to Big Bend after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. And so we had already gone on a trip together, like for Thanksgiving, we'd gone to Santa Fe together, but we hadn't used the rooftop tent. Joey was, we ended up staying at a KOA in a little camping cabin. And so, because it just was so cold, like high desert, you know, people, I didn't realize that Santa Fe is actually in the like Southern Rockies, like the mountains. It gets cold and crisp at night. It is high desert. And so at night it was like in the 20s. So I was thinking we were going to be camping then, but we did not. So Big Bend was perfect. Big Bend's in South Texas, right at the Big Bend of the Rio Grande. And we left on the, like, I think it was, we left on the 26th of December last year at like 4 o'clock in the morning, or 3 o'clock in the morning, drove all the way down, got to Big Bend about 4 o'clock, and we stayed at a little hip camp outside called Coyote Crossing. I think
it's a great place.
Yeah.
We stayed there.
And Joey, we got there, and I mean, within like 30 minutes, he had camp set up and he was cooking us supper. Like, And it was the coolest thing. I mean, it was like my first time. And I remember on the way down, I was asking, like, are there rules for the tent? Because, well, growing up, like my dad always had rules about like we could never wear our shoes in the tent. We, you don't touch the walls of the tent because that affects the like.
Leak.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You don't eat in the tent, like all this. So I was like, okay, Joey, what are the rules? And he's like, there's no rules. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't understand how great a rooftop tent is. And it's awesome. Like, just being able to pop open the windows and have these sweeping vistas of the mountains down in, because there's mountains down at Big Bend that are just like the kind of, they're not snow capped. They're the deserty mountains, they're so beautiful. And I mean, it was just like, I felt like a kid in a clubhouse, like I was perched up there with my book and watching him cook supper. And I was just like, this is amazing. I fell in love with it. Like, so then after that, it was like, how I was trying to scheme ways that we could like, are we going to go camping this weekend? Like there were Arla, one of the funniest moments, like seriously, like Joey's like going camping with the guys like Scott and all that, Scott, I'm like, I invite myself along because I'm like, we're gonna be in this. So it's me and like 8 men.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
One of the boys. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. He was like, he was a very, very long-suffering, sweet boyfriend because I had to go with him and go camping. I was there.
Well, it's a bit of a little long distance thing as well, too. I mean, you were up here in Northwest Arkansas, right? And he was in Central Arkansas.
Yes, exactly.
So you had to get your time in when you could.
Exactly. So I can to be mine.
Right. So with the new Subaru, have you named the Subaru?
We call her Sue, but I don't know if that's gonna
Sue.
Yeah, Sue. I know, very original, little Sue.
Suey.
Yeah. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, Suey.
Yeah.
As in the Hogs, as in the game that comes on in 30 minutes. If y'all are Arkansas fans, hello.
No.
No lie, bro. I was just thinking cold. It was cold when we were there. Yeah, it was cold when we were there. But it was hot during the day, but cold at night and windy. Was it really windy when y'all were there?
No, it wasn't actually.
We had a good break in the little area that we were in. There at Coyote Crossing, and the guy that owns that place, man, he's top notch, man.
He is. I mean, seriously, I think what is it like per day? It's like what, $50?
Yeah, it's super cheap. Super cheap.
Yeah, and it was just like it was so cool. As like, if you don't want to have your own little potty station, he does have his little sawdust toilets that you can go use. Yep. So it's really
great. They were great. And on his, as you pull into the place and you wind around and you come around and you see the potties, on the very back of the potty is a big Arkansas Razorback. Crazy. But the guy's from Kansas. It was crazy. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the place. It was great.
It's just been, I think that's been one of the fun things is it's not just the activity that Joey's introduced me to, like overlanding and just getting out and and exploring the forest roads and the trails through the Ozarks and Wasachalas, but also the community, like getting to see, like being introduced to the community has been just as wonderful, if not more so. Like getting to know you and Tony and Chris and Amy and all the people who go explore, like it has just been so much fun.
Speaking of Go Explore, I want to do a little plug for them. If you're looking to go on any guided trips, I invite you to check out Go Explore's information and talk to Brad or talk to Tony or Joey or any of the people on the staff there. She is sporting one of their
hoodies.
One of their hoodies. Gia also helps out with Go Explore. I will be going probably on the next trip to
the Ozarks, or is it
to be a driver, to escort the photographer around a bit, maybe, and let him go with other people as well. So, Danielle, she's another one you could talk to. Several of them, but I invite you if you're looking for a guided trip to hit Brad up. He's got several things already planned for this next year that are look pretty exciting. So
he's planning on having at least 5 trips next year.
Yep.
So, and usually one of them is usually a ladies trip. At least one of them is a women's only trip where, yep, it's all women drivers and women spotters. But yeah, they're Ozarks. I know they've got one in the Ozarks. They'll have another one in Kentucky. There's a chance of a go explore like adventure to Colorado, possibly. Not sure about that.
Being kicked around a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a big trip. That's a real big trip.
Yeah.
That's the farthest they've gone out so far. I mean, they've been to Kentucky and whatnot. The women's trip. Let's hit on that a minute. They just had that a few weeks ago, about a month ago. Kara McClellan and Danielle led that.
Yes.
Brad stayed back. Usually Brad is the leader. Brad stayed back and he helped Joey cook and whatnot while the ladies went out and did their thing. And you were on that trip and you went out with the ladies and did all that. And it was a pretty successful trip. The weather was not fantastic. But I tell you what, if you watch the video with Ozark Overland Adventure that they threw out there, they
didn't let anybody stop them. I think that's the
thing.
Like,
it was spot on. Everybody had such a great time. Everybody had such a great time, and that's awesome because let's be honest, this industry or this hobby we're in is mostly men, and us as women are trying to promote and get other women out of their comfort zone to come out and try it. Just come out and try it.
And it's an opportunity to just see what you can do. Exactly. Right. And to be, so, like it was, I think, and that thing about the weather, that statement, like the saying, like bad roads lead to good stories.
Yes.
Bad weather also leads to good stories, and people, I think it just gives them another opportunity to be like them against the elements, because, that's the thing. The environment on a women's trip, I find is usually very, very supportive, super supportive. And it's just like, let's figure this out. Let's be there for each other and give everybody an opportunity to do as much as they want to do and can do. But then it's an opportunity for you to kind of prove to yourself what you can do and an opportunity to be, put yourself against the elements. And like when you throw the weather in there, it adds that much more.
Throw the weather in there and you're on a trail ride. It's slick. It's nasty. If you're a spotter, you got to get out and spot the people through and, it's sloppy. So if you think you're not going to get dirty going out and doing these things, then maybe it's not for you, but you're missing out on a great time.
Yeah.
You really are.
And it is so cool because you see these, a lot of the women that were on the Go Explore trip last time were ones that had been previously with their husbands.
Yes.
And it was just so cool to see like the confidence, like with every trail ride, just grow and grow and grow. And the things that they tried, like women that had never used their winches before that got to use and figure out how to use their winch for the first time. Like they knew intellectually how to do it, but hooking everything up and anyway. So
it was so cute. You came in and told Joey you had a great time, and Joey was we're not Jeep people.
That is,
but aren't you? Bessie's be driving Jeeps, baby.
Yeah, I did drive Kara's Jeep through a couple water crossings. So I was that day.
We were like, ooh.
And right before I was going through the first crossing, I had somehow, like when Kara handed me the radio, I had somehow turned the volume all the way down, but I didn't.
She's like, hello.
Yeah, exactly. So she's like trying to tell me like, hey, turn these lights on and do this. And I was like, do. Like, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Holla. Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, go explore. Check them out if you want to do a guided trip. They feed you. They do the whole 9 yards. It's planned from front to back, loaded up. And best cooks you could have. Joey and Danielle, throw it down.
Yeah.
You eat better there than you do at your home.
Yeah.
Fact.
And that is one thing, like being somebody new to the overlanding.
Yep.
Not sure. Like if I didn't have Joey and have him introduce me to the community, have him who like he's teaching me how to air down the tires, that I would be like, I'm not sure how to get my foot in the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Go Explore is a way like to ease your way into the community. First of all, because you meet people in the community, but second, like it's the support of like, you're not figuring out the trail for yourself for the first time. There's somebody that you're with, you're there. It's just a really great way. If you're just starting out as an overlander, I would completely, that is how I would do it. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Or even if you're not just sitting around, like if you like to do things in community, it's a great community to be a part of. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I know that you're newlywed.
Yes.
Um,
Very
about,
newly.
about 6 months now. But you guys did take an epic trip for your
Yeah.
honeymoon, like about 5 weeks,
Yes.
and went up into the Upper Peninsula. Let's hit
Yeah.
on that for a minute or two and talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Joey, after we got married, we were like, he's like, well, what do we want to do? And I was like, but we were like, of course we want to disappear for a while because we both work for the school. So we've got the time off. So it was just an epic trip. Okay. Arla, I do have to tell you, we started out going to Kentucky because my sister has a farm in Kentucky. That's where she and her husband and kids live. And Joey hadn't seen the farm yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to see the farm. And I thought, and I was like, they have all this land. It's this great place. We're going to camp at the farm. Okay, Arla, we get there. It is like 100. Oh, PJ's here saying hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we get there and it is 100 degrees and it is so hot and
Wow.
I'm about to cry. I do cry. And I'm like, this is not what it's supposed to be like. So we end up and the area that we're going to camp is by a lake. Well, it had dried up. The lake was essentially mostly dry, foggy mosquito mess. So we spent the first night of our honeymoon, instead of camping by this idyllic lake at my sister's property, we spent it in my sister's guest bedroom, which has a twin bed. So that is how
Big spoon, little spoon.
yes, exactly. And yeah, exactly. In my sister's house. That's exactly what I'm sure. So we, after we left Kentucky and seeing the farm, we went up and we stayed for a night and we checked out some hip camp places. So we stayed for a night in a vineyard and in the FJ. And then we stayed for a few nights at my mom's home in South Haven. And then we took off and we headed up. And our first night camping, we actually in the Upper Peninsula was right across it was on the UP, but it was right across from Mackinac Island. And
Mm-hmm.
we were right by the Mackinac Island Bridge. So, I mean, we're talking, it was just gorgeous. I mean, the wind coming off of the lake, though, was fierce. Like, we were sitting there in our puffy jackets. I had PJ wrapped up in a blanket. But we just had the best time. We didn't have any set, other than like we want to see this town, but we didn't have any set campsites or anything like that. So I think the next night we were able to spend some nights in national forests, right on Lake Superior, then and just spent time in Lake Superior paddleboarding and exploring tons of towns. There's also they have a very unique cuisine up in the Upper Peninsula. So they have these things called pasties, which are like meat pies, and so we started having find the best pasty. And then we traveled from the UP over into Wisconsin, spent a night in Wisconsin, on the Lake Superior, in this field of wildflowers that Joey had found on Hip Camp. Absolutely stunning. It was so beautiful. And then from there, I have a friend who had a cabin in Ely, Minnesota, right on the Boundary Waters. And so we stayed there on the Boundary Waters in that cabin for another week before we got back to FJ and camped our way back home. We just had a blast. And it was it's the kind of thing that makes you fall in love with overlanding even more, because you realize it doesn't mean you have to stay. You don't have to camp. We had lots of evenings where we were either in cabins or a motel. Right. But it just means that you can, and you're able to be so much more flexible. Any piece of land can become, if you're allowed to camp there, it can become your bedroom and your kitchen. And it just is Absolutely. It makes life so much more flexible and fun. So we just had a blast. I'm trying to think of we just had an absolute blast. I learned so much learning so much about each other and learning so much about overlanding and how to set stuff up and do our gear, just becoming, even more of an expert. That's one thing. It was kind of I hate not feeling like that. I hate feeling like I don't know how to do something,
Right.
That Joey's the only one that can put the tent or that Joey's the only one that knows how to do this. And so it's always like, show me how to do this. How can I, what more can I do? Like, so it's so much fun, like this sense of purpose when we get into camp, like knowing like he's going to tackle these things and I'm going to tackle these things, and both of us do what it takes to make it fun. So yeah.
I get that. Tony spoils me. He usually just takes over and does things, which, he shouldn't, but he does. And, when we go together, if we're not, then it's different, but obviously, but he'll just jump right in there and start doing things. And I'm just like, okay. I'll be over here looking cute.
Okay, that's another thing. That's another reason why the Women Go Explorers trip was so like helpful, because there are things that Joey does that he's able to, just because he's strong, like just brute force.
Upper body strength. Yes.
Yeah, it is different. And so there were things like putting the tent up, like it wasn't something that I was able to do until I saw a woman, how she was able to do it and be like, and she did it opposite way of what Joey did, because she's like, oh, I can't do it that way. It takes too much. If I do it this way, I'm able to finagle it better. And so I tried it her way and it worked for me. So that's another thing. Like there's sometimes things that they do that they're able to do because they're stronger that I just don't have the strength for. So I've got to figure out a different way, a more unique way of getting it.
Sure.
So
not everybody does that the same way.
Yeah.
You figure out your own thing and
exactly
that. Absolutely. Okay, so one more time, I'm going to give the camp coordinates for December the 8th. The podcast listeners, camp out, epic, first ever one, Budget Overland, Overland Podcast, Professor Bats and Friends, Lady Overlander Radio, and whoever shows up. If you don't show up, you're missing. You're missing out. I ain't clowning with you here. All right, here's the coordinates one more time. For some of you that may not have been on, it's 35.97003 by negative 92.88140. Again, we will not be posting it out with the coordinates or the location. Those are the coordinates. Put them in and come on with it. There might be some people come out the 7th to make sure it's a big space, plenty of room. The more the merrier. Party. Let's go.
It's going to be so fun.
Go, people. It might be cold, but who cares? We've got tents, man. Got heaters.
Okay, and seriously, like, that is part of the fun.
It is part of the fun.
No bugs. Like that there's
not going to be any ticks or chiggers. No snakes.
No. And it means that, like, I mean, plus it gets dark early enough where you can actually have a nice campfire before it gets super.
Yes. Yes. Also, Saturday, I know that there's a few that are always talking about planning a ride, going out on a trail. Awesome. I will be one of those people that goes out on a trail. Just want to throw that right meow, or whatever. And also something that will be coming to a campsite near you is that right there.
Nuh-uh.
Homemade wine too.
Bringing your grape wine?
I'm not saying that there is many jugs in my pantry right meow, percolating and getting ready, but it will be ready just in time for the camp out. So if you're cold and you need to warm up, you can have some homemade wine, but not too much because it's strong.
I'm so excited. Okay.
Yeah, everybody gripes like, Tony, you're making homemade wine. You're making homemade wine. You're making homemade wine. Bring some homemade wine. So I brought it home from the store. I said, here, make this homemade wine.
Okay. This is awesome. Okay. What's your camp snack? Like, what's the thing that you like to bring with you, Arla, to munch on? I'm all about the munchie.
Man. Oh, Gen Xers, y'all can't come, but we should be able to make it set. Okay, come out Saturday. Just come on. It's okay Friday night. I understand. It's okay. Come out Saturday. Let's go. Okie Overland. Those boys and stuff, they're coming out on Saturday.
Woohoo.
Right over with them.
Oh, my gosh.
Good. Yeah. Favorite snack. I'm a snacky snack person, too. If I don't have snacks and a Mountain Dew, don't come talk to me, especially in the morning. I'm not that girl, and I'm sorry I'm not, but I'm just not. I don't have a Mountain Dew in my hand or an iced coffee of some sort.
Camp coffee. I think that's one of my favorite things at camp is like waking up to just coffee.
See, I don't like hot coffee though. I'm like the bougie coffee drinker, and I just started that probably in the last 2 years. But I just don't like hot coffee. I just don't. But if I have a Mountain Dew in my hand, you're safe to approach.
Got it.
Safe to approach. But I'm a snacky snacker, so I like just having like chips or jerky. I like to have jerky on hand. I like to have grapes or some sort of fruit to munch on. Cheese sticks. Hey, aren't you working or something?
He got back.
Don't be stealing the spotlight, brosive.
Oh, I know.
Cheese sticks, like pepper jack cheese sticks.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So good. Okay, I'm gonna bring. I'll try to bring some bread cheese so you can try that, and then sausage balls. We got. I love sausage balls. So
sausage balls, like with the Bisquick and all the things, girl.
Tis this season. I can eat 1,000 of those, and
me too. Me too.
Now and New Year's, it's sausage ball city, baby.
Ooh, baby, I can make a cheese ball.
Yes.
We got crackers and a cheese ball. I haven't made one of those in a hot minute. And then Tony says I need to make Oreo balls. So maybe I'll make some Oreo balls for camp out too.
Like the little Oreo truffles?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do the chocolate outside. I'm not a white chocolate person, but I mean, I can make them because there might be people that do like them. But
I'll make the peanut butter balls then.
Sausage balls from Rito were awesome. Did you ever bring sausage balls at Rito? Who did? I didn't have sausage balls at Rito. What the?
I need sausage.
Somebody brought sausage balls.
Okay.
That
bring the Oreo truffles. I'll bring the Buckeyes. Like, the peanut butter balls.
Oh, I love those so much. The chocolate peanut butter balls.
Okay.
Girl, I'll eat every damn one of those. I'm not even fronting. So exciting.
Yes. See, I know. It's like it's an excuse to just eat more food and different kinds of food.
Snacks. If I'm in a car, whatever. If you're traveling with me, there better be a snack bag in the car.
Exactly.
Amanda, do you think that maybe that was I'm trying to think of her name. I can't believe I can't think of her name. Leslie with Pro Tire? Is she the one that brought those? I think that she might have brought those. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I don't know. Hit me up and tell me. Hit me up and tell me. It's about food. She says, I think so. So, yeah, I think that's what I didn't get to have any of those. Probably a good thing because nobody else would have got to have any of those. It would have just been all about me. I'm an only child, so there's that.
Oh, I'm becoming more like an only child.
Well, Tony's an only child. Our daughter's an only child. I'm an only child. It gets a little power struggle in our house, we'll say, about who's gonna do what. So
I was like, I think I'm losing the ability to share, and he was laughing at me. But
if you hang around me, you're going to lose that ability. I can't help it. At least I admit my imperfections. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. We need to go around. We don't have
to go around. Amanda, I hope you make it to the camp out, girl. I really do. That's a long haul for you. I really appreciate that you're really going to try to be there. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. You just miss your Arkansas peeps. I get it, girl. It's all good.
It's going to be so fun. Good. Yeah.
So real quick, I need to make a little, it's Christmas time, people. It's Christmas time. Go to Shop Overland Apparel and get some merch. Mm-hmm. This is the new LOR.
I love it.
And this kick butt hat, this white camo with our little logo on there. And I get so many compliments on this hat, and I love this hat.
Okay.
Go buy your merch. If it isn't ours, buy anybody's that's there. They represent so many different people. ShopOverlandApparel.com. Jared and Kayla, top-notch people. Bust their butt. Get your stuff out. You do not wait for product. They are right on it. So, Christmas time. Yes. Get your favorite Overlanders their gear, man. Get your favorite Overlanders their gear.
Yes.
Yep. Amanda got her hat, an LOR hat all the time, girl. Yes, queen. Oh, yeah. Yes, me and bro. Miss y'all. Come on, Bo. Bring Bo. Bring Bo. So, anyway, go shop OverlandApparel.com. Haven't plugged them in a hot minute. Order some merch. They'll get it out before Christmas. They got you on that. That's pretty much it. Y'all come to the camp out. Did you have something else, Gia? You look like you want to say something.
Just excited. I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. Yeah.
Yay, Amanda. Glad he's coming with you. Awesome. Yep, I'm excited. It's going to be a great time. Taking off Friday. I don't know if anybody else is going to be doing that or sneaking out late or whatever, but Tony may try to go on Thursday if he gets his schedule clear, but more like it might be Friday. We might have to go separately. I have some stuff going on. He's got stuff going on. But somebody will be out there early.
Oh, good.
Somebody from the podcast, one of the podcasts will be out there
Good deal.
when people start to arrive. So anyway, I really hope we get a good turnout on that. It's going to be a really great time. Thank y'all for joining us tonight and listening to us ramble on.
Yeah.
Thank you to Gia. Gia,
Me.
if people want to find you,
Yes.
and your family, where do we find you?
Okay. Instagram. I'm at Hopefully Ever After. Like that has been. I know that is.
I love it.
Yeah. Hopefully Ever After. I'm not on Facebook. I'm just on Instagram.
That's okay.
My husband is on he's on all the things. He's on Facebook and TikTok,
Yes.
Insta, and whatever. So
TikTok.
Yeah. So Joey the Professor, or anything.
Here we go overland.
Yeah. Say it again.
Here we go overland.
Yeah. Here we go overland. So all of those, if you find one of them, you'll find probably all the others. But he plug for the Professor Bats and Friends podcast, because it's both of our significant others that do it, and it's so much fun to listen to as well. So yeah, so you can find me at Hopefully Ever After, or you can find me also through my husband. So there we go.
Yeah. One last plug. Tony, good point. Trail riders need to fuel up before they get to camp.
Yes.
Make sure you get the last fuel stop.
Yes.
We're going to be a little minute from the fuel.
Yes.
So make sure you do that, or bring some extra fuel with you in your Rotopack or whatever, or your jerry can. So anyway, thank you so much, Gia, for being on with us tonight and all those things. And I can't wait to see you at the camp out.
I have missed you, Arla. It's going to be so good to see you.
I missed you too.
Oh.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.